the Gentleman Study Slimline Concentric dies. Now, the only thing I want you to know about this kit is maybe the name of it doesn't really make sense with what you're getting, because it's not about necessarily being a gentleman or a study in slimline. So there are these beautiful dies that go in this sort of north-south pattern cards that are elegant and upscale. You could see the beautiful, like look at how gorgeous this is. If you're sending, I mean, you could do everything from wedding invitations to these to, you know, to beautiful birthday cards or whatever you want. But the item number is 757607. This is brand new and the only airing. And I believe, was this the one, Anna, that was part of a auto ship?
This is, yes, it was originally part of an auto ship. It's our first single ship version of the Gentleman Study Slimline Concentric dies. Now, those of you that follow all that I do, you know that Gentleman Study is part of Finishing School, which is our online learning curriculum. And when we call it Gentleman Study, we're just referring to a particular style of artwork that we made for Finishing School. That's this beautiful ironwork-like detail on the cutting die that cut and emboss, and then all the pieces in the die set that are concentric that you can layer to create beautiful cards. Now, they don't have to be masculine by any stretch of the imagination. If you're creating cards, you can make them just as feminine as you want to. A slimline card surface is going to be 4 1/4 by, well, 4 by 9 1/4. I'm going to run this through my little impress machine, my mini impress with our extra long plate system. And what's so fun about these is the fact that you're able to cut and emboss and get a great deal of detail in that single pass through the machine. So we're able to create exactly that, right? All that beautiful work. This is where we spend a great deal of time in the design process of making the thicks and the thins of the cut so that it doesn't tear, that the paper still holds together. And this is one of those distinguishing factors in what we love to make. So if you're working with different materials like vellum, the slimline dies work beautifully with that to create a nice collage on your card face. And so here I'm going to start with an ivory and taupe base, and I've cut the shadow layer. This is one of the dies that comes just the little outline die, and then we're going to put that layer that I just cut right on top. A little foam adhesive goes a long way, and here we've cut the concentric die twice and cut it apart in the center. And this is fun because we're using our impression dies to make something in the center and then adding a little sentiment for my son. Just like Helen doesn't have pets, I don't have a son, but you get the idea, and creating something either masculine or feminine with this set is very simple and easy. So it's going to lend itself to all the projects. You can even fold this long die in half and make yourself an A2 card, which I think is nice. A lot of people love to make smaller cut cards like an A2, a little 4 1/4 size card. But let me just show you some of the things that we've created with this die set, and you get the idea. So you're just getting lots of scroll work, beautiful outline borders with embossing all the way around, and then the pieces that go together in the center. So it just creates what looks like antique ironwork, or maybe a beautiful French balustrade. You've got this in this die set, and it's done so perfectly that this is something that's classic. It won't, it's basically seasonless when you look at the die set, meaning that it's going to work for birthday and get well and Father's Day and Christmas and whatever you want to make a card for.
Yeah, they're really beautiful, and I want to talk again about the quality of Anna's dies. For this kind of intricate die work, you would really need a very high quality die to cut through everything and make it easy to push out those little pieces, and that's what you're getting. Look how intricate that is, and this is so easy when you use the dies that Anna has created. And you're seeing them here on the magnetic sheet here. You're getting 4 of them, so it's kind of limitless. dies. You can use them in conjunction with each other, but you certainly can use them separately and use them in so many different ways. And Anna, again, pointed out that these can be very feminine as well as masculine, even though they're called a gentleman's study, but it's part of the program, not part of like specifically what the die is all about. So they're just, and also because they're dies, you could use this not just in card making, you could also use these for scrapbooking of any kind too, right, Anna?
Right, and just look, I'm using a pretty paisley paper and a vellum shadow layer, a red vellum from our Christmas vellum. And then I'm going back with the handsome cardstock, which has that really great little herringbone pattern texture in it. And then what we've done is we've cut the die twice and offset it just a 1/16 of an inch to give us that really beautiful halo effect. It gives you a 3D look to it. That's not the camera, that's the actual die cut offset. And then we're gonna go back and inlay the center concentric die. It's also done the same way with the little offset of the gold. And that's where, you know, this is where we're getting a more masculine look, right? With a card topper, and maybe you need a little piece of Dresden to finish that off. It's time to celebrate you. And that's something that I know I could send today, tomorrow, or 15 years from now. This style card isn't going to age itself. It's unlike me, Helen, right?
Yes.
It's got, it doesn't have a shelf life. It's timeless. It's got a beautiful style, and it's a die set that you'll use for many years to come.
And this does come with an idea sheet, and obviously you know that Anna does a lot of things on Facebook. We're live on Facebook right now, so if you want to jump in and comment and say hi, we would love for you to do that. But Anna has tutorials for all of these items, but this does come with an idea sheet, but certainly not limited to that, just the idea sheet that's included. At only $23.95, you will love using these dies over and over and over and over and over again for your die collection. Item number 757607, the FlexPay, 5 FlexPay on everything, $4.75 to get home, so it's a great deal today. Now I want to remind you about the Halloween card kit that we had at the beginning of the show. It was so incredibly popular. It's